Today we are looking at the rose Rescht, and it refers to the city of Rescht that is now in northern Iran near the Caspian Sea. Now it is very debated if this rose is of Persian origin or if it is of Western origin, and it is also quite debated how old the rose really is. But it is old enough to for sure be a historic rose. And it is a very unique historic rose because it is reblooming, it is quite healthy, it is quite a hardy rose, and it is extremely fragrant also because you have the Gallica family that gives these raspberry notes, and you have the damask fragrance with this more all rose ladies perfume fragrance, and these two rose families meet in Rose Direct, which creates a wonderful layered and complex scent. Now, when my plant was younger than it is now, it is about, I think it's 3 years old now, but when it was younger in the first year, it only gave me like 7.5 on fragrance. Now it is getting closer to an 8 on fragrance for me, 8 out of 10. But what I really will say though is, even though it's not the most potent, it is definitely one of the most layered and most complex fragrances because you have these two rose families that run into the rose. And honestly, just the health and the reblooming on this rose is wonderful for historic rose. So, to be honest, Rose Direct is one of those historic roses that are still extremely relevant in the modern day world. Don't assume a modern day rose would beat Rose Direct, because in 98% of the cases you'd be absolutely wrong. Rose Direct is an amazing rose, and many modern roses would lose to it. And that really tells you something how good this rose is. As normal, we're ranking on 5 categories: health, fragrance, form, flower, and storytelling. You can read under each what they're about. And each category can give a max of 10 points. And 50 is exceptional, and below 10 is very bad. What would I rank Rose Direct? I would rank it 8 on health. Believe it or not, despite being a historic rose, this actually rarely gets that much black spot or rust. It is extremely solid for a historic rose, one of the best there is. On fragrance, I rank it 8. You again have that really beautiful damask fragrance and that beautiful Gallica fragrance meeting, and they together create a wonderful complex fragrance for you. On the blooms, I ranked them 7.5. You have this more pale, purplish, but not completely purplish, a little red in there. Honestly, the blooms are beautiful, but they're a bit more dated, but they still have a lot of charm. On form, I would say it's an 8. You can keep it quite low and tidy if you want. I haven't cut mine that far back this year because I want to create some cutlings, some new roses from it this year. But to be honest, you could keep it like a small, tight, compact bush if you want to. On storytelling, I give it 8. Again, it has that old rose look to it. And what is wonderful about it is it functions like a modern rose, but it has the old rose charm. And because it is an old rose, of course. But what does this leave us at? It leaves us at 39.5 points. And this is a very, very good rose. One of the best historic roses, if not the best historic rose. And because of that, I have to give this one a gold medal. If there was one historic rose you had to grow, honestly, this would be on the top 3 of the roses, of the historic roses I would recommend you to grow. And it might very well be the first historic rose I would mention. It is a wonderful historic rose, and if you want to start your historic rose journey, this one is a very easy one to grow. It will surprise you. It will give you a lot of fragrance. It will bloom a lot for you, and you'll learn more about historic roses. So it is a wonderful entry point to getting started with historic roses in your garden. And that's really what I wanted to say today about Rose de Rescht, one of the best historic roses there is, and really don't miss out on the opportunity of growing this one. And you can also keep it quite compact, or you can grow it as a large bush. It depends on how much you cut it down, really.